Hello everybody, CJ27 here, and I'm kind of running out of ideas for content, so I'm going to try to show you guys how I made Let's Get Lost. Quick disclaimer, this is not my equipment, this is all my roommates' equipment. I'm just sitting here because it looks cooler in the background than my room. Everything I do is kind of just all in my computer. So without further ado, let's get lost. I wrote Let's Get Lost in January, and I've been producing it for like a month before I released it. It actually wasn't called Let's Get Lost. I think it was called something like Lost My Head. On top of this, my computer is a gigantic piece of garbage, and I really want a new one, but I don't have the money for it. So I'm probably going to have to be sticking with this thing for a while. So I'm going to go through the song, I don't know, bit by bit, and then I'm going to show you guys the different, layers and stuff. Another disclaimer, I do not know what I'm doing. I have never studied any of this. I don't know what I'm doing. I've been learning this by myself for a while now. Let's go. Okay, so for this intro, there's this crowd thing going on in the background. It's this over here. It's just a bunch of people talking. It sounds a bit like a bar or whatever. I don't know. In this part, I tease a lot of the synths that come in on the chorus. So I have this thing going on, and this thing going on, and this thing going on, and this guy. This one's my favorite. So this guy here. Sounds like you're being abducted by aliens, and I like that. So the bass, I have a really horrible sounding bass, and that's still the bass that I played on there. And I just ran it through like a bunch of effects for it to sound halfway passable. But another thing that I did for the bass is I always cut out all the breaks in it, because there's a lot of noise coming from the bass. So I just cut out the. I don't know if you do that, but it sounds good, so I did that. And on top of that, there's a guitar playing this little riff over here. Right, and then on the half of this, there's a clock ticking coming in, which I wanted a hi-hat to sound like that, but I couldn't find it, so it's a clock ticking sample. The chorus, it took me ages to get this song right, because I had obviously different versions, as I said, and I also couldn't get the chorus to like punch you in the face, which I was kind of missing for this song, and I wanted it to punch. So I found this string sample, which is really cool. So it sounds a bit cut, but you can't hear the cuts when all the other shit is going on. I have this really weird like thing. It's this weird little like bit crushed going on. Actually just my voice, but I think it's kind of like it's important for the drums to like push. Can't even really hear it, but I really like this sound. Okay, so all of the synths that are going on in the chorus are these guys here. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, right, I have another string thing going on up there, playing in the background all the time for the groove. Right, and then I have this little synth that is kind of playing the same thing that the guitar is playing, and then we have another synth, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. I think those are 10 or 8 or 9. I'm not quite sure. Right, that's what's playing in the background. I have a sub bass underneath it too, to make it a bit bigger too. The drums. So obviously I'll just cut together from whatever I can find on Splice. I have 4 different kicks playing in the chorus. So obviously I do not use all this equipment in the background. I only use Omnisphere for almost everything I do. It's a software synth, and a lot of it sounds like crap, but I kind of like that it does. Okay, so guitar-wise, in the chorus, there are a couple guitars playing in the background too, which do this. I used to put a lot of guitars into songs, and then I realized that if I put even more in, it's just too chaotic and it gets in the way of the vocal. The main vocal.
Baby, let's get lost in the
Then I have these back vocals,
moment.
one doubled.
I don't care if I make it out alive. Baby, let's just go through the motions.
Harmonies.
We'll only fall in love if we lose our
And then we got this.
minds. So let's get lost.
So what you hear there was probably, you heard a bit of a cut there. So when I recorded the chorus, this new part, because Let's Get Lost wasn't the title of the song, and so this part wasn't even in there. But when I recorded it, I realized after that I was singing Let's Get Lost. I forgot the T. So I had to punch in the T multiple times. So I just recorded for like, I think, for all the 20 tracks that are here. Yeah, I have a T that's kind of like cut in. I'm going to zoom in on it, but you hear it there. Because it was driving me crazy that you couldn't hear the title of the song. And or you couldn't understand what I was saying, so I ended up recording the T's. My favorite part of the entire song, this is my favorite part, is the synth line that's coming in after the chorus. That is this thing here. It does remind me of Aliens, and I like that. And it sounds horrible, and it's really annoying and obnoxious, and I like that too. Yeah, I had a song that was called Tempo 2 years ago. That song had that kind of synth drop in the background too. This is probably one of the biggest projects I've ever done because it has 111 tracks. Actually, as you can see up here, Let's Get Lost version 3, which this is not version 3, this is like version 7 or something. And so I had a problem with opening that project after I've worked on it for so long. It just crashed every time I opened it. And I had that last bounce of the song ready, and I was like, okay, so this is God's sign. I can't tweak anything. I have to release this version because I'm not able to open the project, and I'm never going to be able to make it sound as good as that last bounce. I was forced to, you know, release the song the way it was without tweaking it, and I think that kind of taught me a lesson. That's how I made Let's Get Lost. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you did. Maybe leave a comment or something and tell me that this was cool, I want more, or tell me this really sucked. Please never do this again. Thanks for watching. Peace. Goodbye.
I think I lost my head in